First of all, congratulations. Like I said, I'm so excited for you guys. I know that this is something that you've wanted for a long time.
Yeah, it's pretty intense for me. We got pregnant so quickly that when I took the test and it said like, you're pregnant, you're going to be a mom, I'm a little overwhelmed by it all. I just turned 30, so I'm definitely old enough to have a child, but it's just, I don't do well with change. I'm excited. I just don't do well with change.
So were you completely shocked that you got pregnant so quickly then?
No.
I was shook. Yes, I was.
Okay, let's dial it back to a little more of the reality, quote unquote. So Lala decided when we were about a month before we went to Puerto Rico for the second time on the movie that she is having a baby. And when Lala decides something, now the reality of actually having the baby, like that part of it for sure, she was shook. But she was on a mission, and the mission went like this. I made an appointment to take my IUD out, and it's coming out this week. Okay, so I said, great. So we went, she took it out, and I said, well, probably takes a month or two for your body to settle. And she goes, no, I have the IUD where nothing changes, and within a week, I'm good to go. And I go, great. So, and then she came with me with the phone, and she goes, here's the app. These 6 days, we're going to have lots of sex. Non-negotiable.
Wow.
No, this is the truth. This is the truth. I'm just telling the truth. Then she goes, look at your calendar. Where are you?
I did.
And
we
then
scheduled
it gets better. So the first month, obviously it just started. It didn't happen.
Right.
Then the second month, I go, I have to go to Puerto Rico to start doing it. You go, great.
During ovulation time.
Because that's not going to happen without. So she got on the jet, came, and then I'm in the middle of like trying to get the movie mounted. It's COVID. Like it's extremely stressful. Nobody's worked in a long time. And I come home from like 14-hour day grinding, trying to get this movie back. I walk in and she's like, guess what time it is? She goes,
ovulation time.
Yeah. And so literally it was on a program and she was determined.
Well,
now,
because a lot of people have a hard time getting pregnant. So
she was very worried. She was very worried, like, what if it takes 2 years, et cetera? So I told her, I am not worried and it will happen. But it became so that anyway, so we were following the program, following the days. And that was like literally over what, a 5 or 6 day period. And then the movie got shut down again. And we said, let's go to North Carolina.
This is the longest story.
Anyway, it happened 10 days later.
You're like, it happened to me. It's about me. And even I'm like, can we wrap it up?
A lot of women deal with infertility issues. So I understand that, you want to schedule it and you want to make sure that everything is done right because it's very, very stressful. What was it like telling Randall that you were pregnant?
Oh my gosh. Well, we were at his childhood camp and he went off with my mom and his 10-year-old to go have the best time ever. And I was bored with the 6-year-old and just decided to take the pregnancy test. And I was thinking that they would be back within an hour. Riley and I sat in that house for 4.5 hours.
There's no reception. So we were like at archery and at lake and doing the blob. And then all of a sudden I'm like, I am tired. I'm going back to the house. And I left her mom in London, my 10-year-old. And I went back to the house. I walk in and Riley and Lala are sitting there this weird grin.
I wish that I could say that telling him was like this sweet, grand moment, but because the 6-year-old knew, the cat was out of the bag really quickly. Walk in the door, here's the box, pregnancy test, Lala's pregnant. It went down very quickly.
So I walked in and then Riley said, she was like, Daddy, we have a surprise for you. And I was like, what? She goes, open the box. It was a popcorn box. She goes, open it right now. And then this one has a look. But we had made a pact that she had taken the test. She had bought the test a few days earlier. It was a few days late. And I said, please don't take it till we get home to LA. Because if it's negative, you're going to be
You didn't want me to spiral.
I didn't want her to get into a funk. And so she's like, you're right. We're leaving tomorrow. I'll take it when we get home. And I walked in, so I didn't think anything of it. And they handed me this popcorn box, and I opened it up, and I was like, I couldn't believe it. I was in shock.
I love that Riley knew before everybody.
Yeah,
So sweet.
Riley was the first one.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
it
this
was
is
like our
adorable.
little moment together.
Yeah, that's great. How are you feeling? Have you had any cravings, any morning sickness so far?
You know, I haven't had any cravings. The only thing that I'm still in shock by is my Diet Coke addiction and Perrier addiction have been non-existent. I actually can't think of anything worse than a carbonated drink, which is so weird.
That's crazy because she's like
Yeah.
Perrier on tap all day and night. So this is very odd.
So I've been having a lot of non-cravings.
Mhm.
But I heard once you get into the second trimester is when the cravings start, sinking in.
Definitely. What's been the best part of being pregnant so far and the worst?
The best part about being pregnant is just the thought of becoming a mom. I'm extremely close with my mom, and I think that she has instilled a lot of great qualities in me. You may not always see them on Vanderpump Rules because my good qualities just aren't that entertaining, but I'm just excited to be a mama. And the worst part has been I'm sick every single night, which is so strange. I don't know why they call it morning sickness, but the second the sun goes down, I'm like so nauseated.
Oh no.
That's been the worst part.
That's
And my hormones are really kicking my ass.
Wait, her hormones are not kicking her ass, they're kicking my ass.
Yeah.
Randall, have you been doting on Lala since she became pregnant?
I dote on her daily before the pregnancy.
That's true.
But yes, I go out of my way to say in the morning, like, "Oh, I love you," and how's our baby doing? Is she, she having a good day today? Yeah. So I always ask her if she needs something or extra, or give her like a back massage in the morning. I go out of my way daily more so than I normally do. Yes.
Definitely.
Yes, I am milking that.
Yes,
Yes,
as you should, as you should. Have you noticed any changes in your body so far yet? Have you seen a little baby bump yet, or is it still a little too early?
My boobs look awesome. And then with my bump, and it's crazy because Stassi, I started comparing at this point in her pregnancy. She was definitely showing. Brittany is behind me and she's showing, and mine just looks like I ate one too many donuts. It's not quite there. My OB said, please do not compare bumps. You will drive yourself insane. The baby is healthy, and when you pop, you pop. Like, don't worry about it.
That is so true. Every pregnancy is different. Every baby's different. You'll pop when you'll pop. So who do you think is the stricter parent?
Me. For sure.
Not even a question.
I love rules.
She's
am a Virgo.
She's strict, period. And with anything in the house.
Oh, yeah.
Cleanliness, organized, doesn't matter. We're all at attention when Lala comes home. So yes, Lala will be she'll be the enforcer.
Yes. I get off on schedules. So yeah, I will definitely be the stricter parent.
It's not even a question.
I know you're not going to tell me, but have you guys picked out the name yet?
We have the name.
Nice.
The only name we agreed on, and whether it was a boy or a girl, that was going to be the name.
Yes, that is true.
That is good. I know, Lala, you originally said that you wanted a boy. So what was your reaction when you saw that pink parachute?
Oh my gosh. And you know what? I've been so stuck on having a boy because it sounds crazy. I went to a psychic when I was in the 7th grade, and so far everything that she said about my life has happened. So I just assumed like this girl planned my life out and I'm having a boy. So it wasn't even that I was dead set on I must have a boy. It was just like, that's just what it is. I just know that I will. When I saw the pink parachute, it was a bit of an adjustment. And then like I saw my mom and I just bawled because I'm like, I get to have that. I get a little mini Lala, which then started terrifying me. Excitement and like freaking out.
Yeah, definitely. Randall, what was your reaction when you saw the pink parachute?
I knew in my head, I never thought for 1 second it was a boy. Of course, I played into her and I was like, yeah, I hope you want a boy? Well, that's great. And I was like, there's no chance. But that's just in my head. I first of all, I feel like I'm really good with girls. And I feel like, I'm old. And I feel like if we had a boy, he would be like Tarzan off the walls, and then this one would lose her mind when the Play-Doh was being thrown through the living room.
That's so
And
true.
instead, now she's going to get a little Lala, and they could cuddle and watch movies and get their nails done.
If I had a boy and it was anything like Randall, I would lose my mind.
Nice, very nice, very
no,
kind.
But you
real
have a
sweet,
lot. You have
real
a
sweet.
lot.
Keep
Keep going. You have a lot of energy with my OCD. You have a lot of energy.
I told you
there's stuff everywhere.
Listen, I gave her an example. I gave her an example, of course. But welcome. Look at it. Okay. Let me just say this. When we got back to the hotel, we're in the town that I was filming in, that's where we did the reveal. I said, well, I told her mom, I told everybody, I always knew we were going to have a girl. I wasn't even a question for me, but so if it had been a blue shoot, I would have been shocked, like not believed it. But when the picture opened, I was like, yeah, of course we're having a girl. But so we're in the hotel room. I said, I want to, because Lala doesn't think it all the way through sometimes. She's like, boy, sounds fun. Soccer, football. But I put the books in the living room of the hotel suite, and I said, I want to know how you feel about this. And I threw them all on the floor, and then I kept throwing things on the floor. She looked like she was gonna have a heart attack. I said, times that by 1,000.
Yeah.
All day, all night, bouncing on the. So I honestly think for our first child, it is a great thing for her to get a girl, and then as she gets older, and she isn't as holding on to the OCD museum house that she wants us to live in. I mean, I'm shocked she hasn't charged admission when we walk in our house.
Oh, just wait. It's going to get,
yeah.
It's going to be in chaos in a few months.
Yeah.
How are you preparing the girls for Big Sisterhood? I know that you said, obviously, they're probably so excited to add a little one into the mix.
They are beyond excited.
Yeah.
I know that, for the 6-year-old, it's much easier for her to be like, oh, a baby, awesome. The 10-year-old's emotional like me. So for her, she has wondered where her place is. And she asked me the other day, just because you're having a baby that's going to be yours and you're going to be its real mom, are you still going to be my stepmom?
Aww.
And I reassure her every day that, I'm not going anywhere. It's the girl gang. We're just adding to the girl gang.
Well, actually, and I have an even better story than that. I mean, not better, but it's similar, supporting what she's saying. Megan Fox was in the elevator of the hotel, and because her and my 10-year-old, they're like girl gang. They like, the three of them think that they like take over and torture me. So they think it's funny to be like, Daddy doesn't get to hang with us. It's girl time, because Lala has like the girl gang.
Right.
So London was in the elevator, and Megan Fox, she didn't know. And Megan called me and said, I want you to know that your 10-year-old was in the elevator bragging to her friend that she's getting a sister and that Lala and the girls are taking over and going to torture my dad. And I was like, London, what are you doing? She goes, sorry, Lala and us, it's girl gang and a new one. And so they're all already bonded. I think it's going to be. Yeah.
I think that's fantastic. Has Megan given you any baby advice?
I love Megan because she's like so into the earth. The advice she gave me is, the second that it is born, I need to have its chart read so that I know how my baby is going to look at me and I can deal with that baby accordingly. Yeah. And I'm actually super into it. I'm doing it.
That's pretty cool. It seems like she and MGK are very happy together. Maybe she'll add another one to the girl gang.
Oh, good Lord. Everyone's getting pregnant, so I would not be shocked.
I know. Well, speaking of everybody getting pregnant, it's like a Vanderpump baby boom. Who would have thought in 2020 that everybody from Vanderpump would be pregnant?
It's crazy.
It's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm so happy because I grew up where my mom and her two best friends planned to have babies together, and we were all girls, and we are all still the best of friends. And so to have two of my best friends having babies, Stassi, who's also having a girl, it's like, oh my gosh, this is going to be exactly how I grew up, like girl vacations. And like, we'll be like the little girl mom gang with our like, cute little chicks.
You guys will rock out in Palm Springs, all of you. Yeah, I already see it coming.
Awesome.
Did you guys like talk about, obviously, like maybe like getting pregnant around the same time?
It sounds so corny, and we did.
Yeah.
I'll never forget going to we were on the plane going to celebrate Jackson Brittany's engagement a couple years ago. And we all said like, oh my gosh, we're all like in relationships. We should plan to get pregnant together.
So funny.
And, you know, then Stassi and I didn't end up getting married. And I said to her, what are we doing about having babies? And she said, I'm pregnant. I was like, what? She goes, you need to take the IUD out today. And it's like, it's so corny and cheesy, but you also can't make this stuff up.
Yeah, no, totally. It's crazy. I mean, how are Stassi and Brittany feeling? They both look great.
Yeah.
They look amazing. Stassi is just, you know, this baby is the ultimate blessing and came at the perfect time. And she hasn't experienced any type of morning sickness. She's been a champion through this whole thing. Britt and I have kind of had the exact same pregnancy things happening, but we're all just so excited.
Yeah, that's good. How is Stassi feeling about everything? I know that she obviously did her interview last week, and you know, it's nice to kind of see her getting back on social media and kind of getting out there a little bit more.
It is nice to see. I didn't watch the interview and I didn't ask her how it went. I feel like if she wants to open up about certain things, she will. I'm not much of a prior, but I will say she was at the gender reveal and she was smiling, and I'm just, you know, that's one of my best friends, and I'm just, if she's happy, then I'm happy.
Yeah, definitely. Are you guys planning on filming? Obviously, we don't know when filming can resume because obviously everything's still shut down, but do you guys want to film the birth of the baby and show it on Vanderpump?
Oh, Randall is now like, mention it all. He's like posting the sonogram pictures. I'm like, can we reel it in a little bit? Like, I'm getting super protective now. And you know, I'm on a reality TV show. I'm usually like, mention it all, like the good, the bad, the ugly. And now all of a sudden I'm like, no, don't post anything. Don't talk about it.
Okay, Randall is not like, let's do all that. Randall lives a life where nobody usually really cares. And so when I see the sonogram, I posted on my Instagram, I got 7 followers, and it's like, I don't care. And she's all, I have to protect Instagram. But I respect that. But like, for me, I just live in the moment. I don't think about it. I want my friends to see it. I have a lot of, I'm older. I have a lot of friends that I don't get to see daily. And so like, they follow me on Instagram. It's nice. They get to see that stuff. So yeah, I do post it. And yeah, I will post the birth of the baby on my gram.
Oh my God.
Yeah. What's up right here?
I'm not opposed I would not be opposed to having a film crew there during the birth, because for me, it's like something you'll have forever.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm not great at, I don't document anything.
Wait, you said you're okay with Vanderpump?
Sure.
Filming?
Bring them in.
Invite them all in. So what's the status on the wedding then? Are you guys going to tie the knot before baby, or are you going to have a big wedding post baby?
Oh, honey, I am dropping this kid off and we are getting married 3 months later, baby bod or not. The kid drops in April. We're getting married in July.
Yeah. 2 months. It's like literally 2 months.
Oh, really?
Depending on the day, depending on when she delivers, but roughly around, she's got 8 weeks.
Wow.
By the way, I'm happy with however she looks.
Oh, you're going to look beautiful no matter what. That's
what I mean. That's what I'm saying. Whatever her body is, she's stunning no matter what.
Yeah, definitely. And then what is the one thing that you are most looking forward to about being a mom?
I think just having a little mini me, like a little best friend. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I love being around his girls, and we sing and we dance, and they look at me like I'm psychotic, and I love it. And
they love her.
Yeah, but now I get to like experience the whole thing for real, if that makes sense.
Definitely.
You had like you know what it is? You had like a dress rehearsal.
Right.
But now we're starting from the beginning.
Now it's like, wow, this child I love and adore, but it's also like a piece of me.
It is you.
It is you. Yeah, definitely. Does anything scare you about the first, couple months? Because it's hard. I have a 16-month-old. It's hard in the beginning, but is there anything scare you?
You know, I used to think that I was very in tune with a lot of things, and I'm kind of clueless. The only thing that I've been thinking about is like, oh, when she goes into school, like, our girl's gonna be mean. How am I gonna handle her first heartbreak?
The bullying.
You know, those things. I'm like, what if the guy she's with doesn't treat her right, and then they're walking down the aisle and I have to object? You know, like, I'm already going there.
Yeah.
I also tell her night nurse. Night nurse. It's non-negotiable for our sanity of our relationship. I feel for people all over the world that aren't able to have a night nurse, but let me tell you, I am booking that night nurse. She is starting on day one. Lala comes home, meet the night nurse, because this one on 3 hours of sleep, you have to run for cover.
Hey, if you could do it, definitely do it. I'm totally with you on that one. Randall, have you thought about a push present for Lala?
Oh,
well,
God.
let's keep in mind that if she does come in April, the birthstone is diamond. So
I haven't thought about one, but clearly it has been brought up to me multiple times. So as we turn the corner in January, I will start to think about a push present for Lala.
Totally. Lala, I'm with you. My daughter was born in April, so I tell my husband
really?
all the time, yes, I'm April, and so is my daughter. So my husband's in a lot of trouble with diamonds.
Are you Aries?
A lot of trouble.
Aries?
What's that? No, I'm a Taurus.
Taurus.
Okay.
Yep. So he's in a lot of trouble. And then quickly, how did you know, a lot of people obviously are co-parenting and stepmothers and things like that. How did you establish such a great relationship with Randall's kids?
I gave them a lot of cupcakes and I let them know I am not here to tell you what to do. I'm just here to love you and be cool.
Yeah, definitely.
No, I'll tell you something.
No, I definitely bring down the hammer. That is
she's
true.
way more strict than I am.
Yeah.
But let me just say this. She, from day one, I got lucky. You know, I really got lucky. It's like hitting the lottery, because you don't know, and she really spends the time and the attention and gives them the love, and they cuddle, and they love the girl bond that three of them have. And so I'm very blessed that they have this relationship, because
I think that's what it is, though, is I just take how my mom treated me as a kid, and I just do those things with them, and that seems to be the magic. That's the magic trick.
Yeah, they're just like a little gang, the three of them. They have fun, and they cut me out of a lot of things now, but it's okay because my girls love Lala and they have a great time. I'm very, very lucky. I don't think there's a formula. I think part of it is luck, and part of it is just being honest and open, and we are with them. And I think that we got a little lucky, but also Lala has this touch that they just, when Lala walks in the door, they forget my name. I'm like, I have them cuddling, and then all of a sudden Lala's like, hey, and I'm like, whoa, 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 we just started the movie 6 minutes ago. I'm going to go in Lala's room, and we're going to watch the movie together. And then it's like, I'm gone. I'm out. So,
That's
yeah.
so funny.
She just has a thing.
Yeah, you got the magic touch.
She does. She has the touch.
We'll stick with that.